Welcome back to Geaver Tin Mine. It's a little foggy today, so we'll see what we do. Yeah. I can see far enough ahead of me that I think it's okay. We're not going to get very many views today, unless it changes. So I'm going to walk closer, and if it starts feeling sketchy, I'm going to avert mission. Like there's abort mission is what I was trying to say. There are lots of towns you can kind of cut into along the way that are all along a bus route. So if it gets sketchy, I'll just cut in and go find a bus at the nearest town and just call it a day. But the goal is to get from here, just outside of Pendeen, to at least Sennen Cove. If the weather's like this, I'm not even going to bother to try to get all the way to Land's End, but I think I've said this before, but I've done Land's End to Sennen Cove a couple of years ago. It's like a little under 2 miles. And when I was out in Penzance back in 2018, I did that walk. So if I don't make it all the way to Land's End, if I make it just to Sennen Cove, I'm going to call it good. But if I have to start earlier for safety, then I'm gonna do that. Okay, good news. It seems like down by the water it's not quite as bad. That bodes well for visibility and also, safety. So I think this is the Levant mine, like the ruins of it. So this is where I ended yesterday. Apparently we're getting to the part where tin and also copper was produced in this area. So that's the Levant mine, you can see relative to the picture. There's the tram lines right over there. Apparently that was a major producer of copper back in the day. It's amazing how the landscape changes when you just come around the corner and all of a sudden it's exposed cliff faces rather than like the fern groves back there where it was much more protected from the wind. Do you like my hat line? Yeah, it got a little too windy for the hat. So this is actually what I call a scramble. Rock climbing 101 apparently. Cool. Okay, that was hard enough for me to do with my little day pack. How do people do that with giant packs where they're like camping equipment and stuff? I don't know. Also, like, that's the drop off. Like, you can't make a mistake. All those river valleys that I walked through are carved out like this. Just a trickle of water. See how it's starting to carve out the land, and then many years from now this will be a giant river valley probably. So apparently I took a wrong turn somewhere and ended up on the wrong path. So you see that one up there that's like, not at all sketchy compared to that one. Yeah, that's the top one is the one I should have taken. The one down there, not even on my map. So, love that for me. But I survived. Can now report that I'm back on the main real path and about to walk into some more mining ruins. So that's cool. There's another one of those Karen things. So it must be at some sort of high point. And then those two people on that little building behind me. They were walking yesterday from Sennen to Geaver Mines, or Geaver Mines. In my head, I called them pink and blue shirt people all day because she was wearing this bright pink shirt, like brighter than mine currently wearing, and he was wearing like all navy blue, and we kept like leapfrogging with each other, like they stop for a bit, and then I get in front, and then I stop for a bit, and then they get in front, and so on and so forth. There's like 5 of us who are walking that route, and we're like going relatively the same pace. So it was them, blue backpack lady, black shirt dude who who was totally unaware of his surroundings, and red shirt dude who would like, I think he and black shirt dude were like hiking together, but I wasn't sure because they like were not waiting for each other, but then they would. It was, red shirt dude was much faster than black shirt dude and more aware of his surroundings. So yeah, there was like the group of us, but we weren't a group. It was kind of funny. So it's kind of interesting to see them. We both kind of like did the like, hi, we recognize each other moment. Yeah, so not quite the hiking friends I imagined, but you know, somebody's aware of my existence, so yay, check that out. I wish it wasn't foggy, but still, I'll take what I can get. Okay, I think we made it to Bodelac, which is these mining ruins. Well, I knew I couldn't enjoy my bramble and fern-free existence for very long. Here's to hoping that once I get around that headland, it's gone again. Okay, up next is the Cape of Cornwall, which I think is that little bit that juts out that I've been looking at. Mile and a half. You know, I've been thinking a lot as I've been walking, because what else am I going to do? And I'm thinking of the whole like long distance walk thing. Like, there are parts of this I really enjoy, and there are parts of this that like not the right fit for me. There was a person, so I had to pause. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Like, I like walking. I like doing these day hikes. Like, there are a couple of days where the hike was just not fun, and I don't know that I would like have sought that hike out. But there were many days that were awesome. Like today's shaping up to be a great day. Weird little terrifying misstep and aside. But I feel like doing it for 2 weeks is the thing that's not for me. Like, I definitely think the buses has been a hindrance. I think I would like to try a long distance walk, like a portion of one or a really short one for like 3 to 5 days, where I can stay in like hostels or B&Bs or whatever and carry my stuff from place to place. I want to try that to see if that I feel any different about it. But this whole busting out thing, it just eats up so much of my day, and I don't necessarily feel accomplished. Like the days just sort of bleed together, and it's harder to kind of be in the moment of what I'm doing. And also, I would say 2 weeks it starts feeling like work. So I start telling myself, okay, one more day. But like I like switch into work mode, and maybe it's because I just like literally finished my job, got on a plane, and started walking. So I was still already kind of in work mode. But I think I want to try it one more time. You know, either a different portion of this path where I can walk from place to place, or a different path. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm not ready to give up on it yet, but redoing what I just did, probably not what I'm looking to do. There's some like ruined buildings, like some built into the ground, or maybe the ground grew up around it. Kind of cool. Wonder if this was like part of the mining stuff, or if this was people's houses. I mean, you can still tell we're very much in mining country. Like, there's one of those tower thingies. But really cool. And then out there in the fog, that is the Cape of Cornwall. Those clouds almost look like land, especially that one. I love how it says, danger, mine shafts, keep to footpaths. And then literally right next to it, there's somebody off-roading, like many somebodies who made that little path. This is clearly an old school mining operation in this little river valley. Like, I think that's a mine right there. One of those open mines. And then that's like a mini version of a lot of those other mining things that we've seen. And then if you go up the valley, you can see a much more kind of elaborate setup. That's really cool. Oh, the fog's going a little bit. You can see the obelisk at the top of the cape. And those little tiny islands that probably at some point were connected. Very cool. It's a donkey. Or two. There it is. Made it to the Cape of Cornwall. This felt so far away when I was starting. I think this was like a church or something. St. Helen's Oratory. And that's definitely a cross. So little. I wonder how you get buried on the Cape of Cornwall. Like, this is just it. And then also, I think this guy's wife? Maybe? Huh. You want to be really sure you don't miss a sign. This is the obelisk. This little sign says, it's hard to make out, but I think it says Cape Cornwall purchased for the Nag Nation by something Heinz Company Limited to mark their century year. Presented to the National Trust something March 1987. Like the ketchup? That'd be wild. Check that out. And then the coast, which we can't see, both because fog, but also because it kind of like goes around. We're kind of very far west. This might be the westernmost point, I'm not sure. At least down in Cornwall. And then you can see the very end down there. That is Land's End. Just as the southern, well actually it's not the southernmost point, just people think of it as the southernmost point. And then right before it, you can kind of see those buildings. I think that's Sennen Cove, which is, I think, where I'm stopping. Apparently the path to Sennen continues that way. Not to mention there's like a hill along the way. Well, this really is a coast. Look how the clouds, like, it's really trying to burn off this fog. Not successfully yet, but it's trying. Kudos for trying. So I've decided it's lunchtime, and instead of eating my peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I went to this little cafe, and I bought cauliflower. They say it's spiced cauliflower, but it's not too spicy, so it means it's not spicy at all. And then I bought this Sicilian lemonade. So I decided I'm gonna eat Cornish things. This is actually right down the road from where I'm staying, which is funny. It's like a turmeric situation. It's good though. There we go. If I was going to Land's End, it'd be at 5 1/4 miles that way. And there's another YHA I was supposed to stay at. That's the Land's End one, even though we're not quite at Land's End. It's actually like right outside of St. Just. So if I went in that way, that would be St. Just. So it's 3 1/4 miles, or 3.5 miles to Sennen Cove, which come this way. Kind of see the very edge of it right there. Yeah, and then those buildings over there. Those buildings. That's Land's End, I think. It's one of the first mine shafts I've seen that's not all overgrown. That's cool. So I'm just casually walking on the path, looking over here, wondering, is that a mine shaft? Kind of looks like it might be. And then I turn to the left. Whoa. So close. That beach and those houses. That's where I'm going. Next to the step I'm about to step on. Oh. That's what I needed. More rocks. Right by the finish line is so close. These are more stairs, so I'm okay with that. That sign says private property, keep out, adder breeding habitat. I sort of doubt they're actually breeding adders, but that's one way to keep people out. I take that back. Maybe it is an adder breeding habitat. Also, very official sign. Goes along with that one and that one. That one's a little more official. Almost there. So there's these signs that say you're supposed to swim between the red and yellow flags. Just that one little space right there is where you're supposed to swim. Now, there's a bunch of people like putting their feet in the water and surfing and stuff further down, not between the flags. And then there's the lifeguards. Like, riddle me this, Batman. If somebody were like right here in between the flags where they're supposed to be and drowning, how would the lifeguards get from their lifeguard station across that field of rocks, grab their like surfboard thing and get in the water quick enough if somebody was like caught in some sort of undertow? Like, is it just because there's nobody in the water they get to be up there and they're not responsible for them if they're not in between those flags? I don't know. This setup is, I have some questions about it. Well, I made it. Just walking down the beach. There's Sennen Cove. I definitely decided not to go all the way to Land's End. I know I've said it before, but I've been there. And I just didn't feel like the extra 2 miles, mostly uphill, was how I needed to end. I was kind of hoping that today would be a beautiful sunny day. The last time I was here, it was probably 80 and warm and sunny, like not a cloud in the sky. If I can find a picture, I'll try to pop it up for you. But the water is decidedly rougher, and it's decidedly grayer. So this is going to be the ending of my journey on the Southwest Coast Path, at least for this trip. I don't think I'm done walking it, but I don't see myself doing stints like this again. So we'll have to see. I think I'm going to go see if I can find something celebratory. Maybe ice cream, or maybe I'll sit and have a pint at that place I had a pint at last time. See, this lifeguard situation makes more sense. This is what I'm used to seeing, which is why I'm questioning the other situation. Because like, that's their little hut, just like the other one. But they're not up there. They're not here. Yeah, the last time I was here, I sat in there, I had a pint, and then I got fish and chips at that place right there. I walked all over here. The tide was way out and the beach was like beautiful. Put my feet in. It was lovely. So I got some Kelly's ice cream. This is cafe latte flavor. Got to say, better than the mint chip. Although it's harder to screw up coffee flavored ice cream, I feel like. I'm gonna go with like an 8.5 out of 10. It's like really solid, but nothing like extraordinary. Wow, I couldn't say that word. Okay, it's misty waiting. I'm gonna go wait at the bus stop in the rain and eat my ice cream, and hopefully this bus comes soon. So this is Land's End. It's like an accommodation, and then they put like an arcade in it, like a beachside arcade vibe. And then there's like, you can walk to this first and last house over there, and it's just a gift shop. And that's Land's End. But I did make it to Land's End. Well, it is stopped raining, even if it's temporarily, but it's still super foggy. So I'm sitting out in all of my rain gear. I'm a little crazy, but you know what? There were people in the other bus that were doing the same thing, so not. I think around here somewhere is the last hostel I was supposed to stay in. It's like the Land's End Hostel. It's not the YHA one.
That was gonna be my last place to stay when I finish this year hike.